Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about a business plan that I learned not too long ago, and I'm kind of applying that to my business right now, and it's called Walk the 99. I'll explain in a minute. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a business plan that I learned from this quote not too long ago, and it's about walking the 99. It's the opposite of the spiritual principle of biblical principle of leaving the 99 to go after the one. So this is just a little bit different of that. So today we're going to talk about. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the quote of the day. So today's quote is: "Failing does not make you a failure. Failing does not make you a failure." So I found this to be very, very true. I try a lot of different things and I use them as learning experiences and learning curves when it comes to what to do and what not to do. So don't let anything that you fail to do think you're a failure. Just learn from it and do opposite of it, or tweak it until you make it better, until you make it your own, because you've got what it takes to do that. So today we're going to talk about Walk the 99. Walk the 99. So I saw a quote the other day about not being hesitant about moving forward. Moving forward when it comes to business, when it comes to just things in life generally. It's a really, really big, sometimes problem, scary. Let's just call it what it is. It's just scary sometimes to just step out and do something, because it costs money, it costs time, and we're afraid to fail. Well, when I left my corporate job back in August of 2021, I quit on purpose at the right time, meaning I did not quit in December right before the holidays, and that is a slow season for a wedding photographer. So I didn't quit then. So August, I had plenty of weddings for the rest of the year. I had enough, and I was like, that's it, I'm gonna do that. And I stepped out and walked out in the midst of literally, a busy season. So I had money coming in, kind of thing like that. So the problem that I had was, my dilemma is, I couldn't see so far down the road. So I could only see, let's say the natural eye can see 100 yards. So if you're standing at the end of a football field and at the other end of the football field, you can see someone standing there, meaning you might be able to make out male or female, adult or child, but you might not be able to figure out and with true clarity the absolute person that it is. It's such a distance away that you can't see who it is. You know it's a guy, you know it's a girl, you can't, is it whoever it is. And that's the principle I want to talk about today, is because we can't see that far down the road, we won't make any decisions now because I can't see what's going to happen then. I don't know how many weddings I'm going to have in 2022. I don't know how many things I'm going to have or weddings I'm going to have in 2023. So why would I go out that far? So for me, it was just knowing and trusting, the gift that I have and the things that I have to be able to step out in faith and find something there. So for me, it was, okay, do I step out? Do I do this? I can't see the final product. I can't see the hiccups down the road. I can't see the dilemmas down the road. And anytime we're looking on a level plane like this, we can't see probably more than 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 yards in front of us, and we can't see the dip in the road, or we can't see that low spot that comes in. We can't see that trip point. We can't see that hiccup in our business down the road. The best advice for me to give to you is, sometimes we got to rise above and just look at things from a different perspective. So I'm talented. I'm good at what I do. I have a pretty good business model in front of me. So I average anywhere between 17 to 25 weddings a year. So I have a pretty good foundation to fall back on. That sometimes we got to look it up here and say, we can't see what's going to happen 50 yards from now. But when we look at it from up here, you have a different perspective. You can see those low spots. You can see those high spots. You can see those turns. You can see those curves. You can see all those things. But when we're looking this way here, we can only see what's straight in front of us. So we can see a figure in front of us or a thing in front of us that we want to focus on, But when it's 100 yards away, we can't see with true clarity on what it is. So my advice to you is walk the 99. Walk the 99. If you can't see past 100 yards, walk and move forward until you can get to that 99th yard. As you start getting to that 40 yard, 50 yard, 60 yard, things start to become a little bit more focused on what we can see. There's a little bit more clarity. There's a little bit more understanding. There's a little bit more, we can figure things out a little bit better. And that's the important thing. So as you move forward, if this is our fixed 100 yard mark and we can barely see what's happening there, as you move forward, you can start to see as you start getting closer. So at that point, that 50 yard, 60 yard, 70 yard, 80 yard, 90 yard, refocus. Don't wait till you get that 100 mark and then try and figure it out again. But walk that 99 and get there. And on the way, you'll see things a little bit clearer as you're moving forward. If you do not move, this 100 yards never gets any closer. As you move forward, things come into perspective, things become into understanding, there's a little bit more clarity. And then as you get to here, you extend that a new vision plan, a new vision board, a new understanding for 2023, 2024. I'm not planning for 2024 right now in 2022, other than having available dates for wedding. So all of a sudden, we come back to here again. So this next 100 yards again, we've already made it this far. As we start coming forward again, we move this out a little bit further over here. As we start getting closer again, we move this out a little bit further over here. So have an understanding and perspective when it comes to a business perspective is if you don't move, you're never going to get any closer. And if you stay still, no matter where everything goes, it's always going to stay the same distance between X and X, here and there. Amen, and there it is. So always going to be this part in the middle that is the uncertainties of business and life. So pay attention to that. Walk the 99, get closer as you get closer, and you're going to have to make some adjustments along the way. Well, I thought it was this, that didn't work. Well, I thought it was that, that's not going to work. Or this has happened to me a lot of times, like, oh my God, as I got closer, that is nowhere near going to work. So I have to refocus and get new clarity and new understanding and readjust my vision board. Not my vision board where my goal is going to be, but I might have to adjust the process of getting to my goal. Meaning, if I have a goal of making $100,000 a year and I'm only making $50 per client, you're not going to get to that $100,000 mark. So all of a sudden, you have to either readjust your goal, or you have to readjust what you're doing to get to your goal. If you want to shoot 25 weddings a year, well, you can't start off at making your first wedding. You want to try and make $8,000 in your first wedding. That's not realistic. Start off slow, get that experience, build that portfolio, move forward from there, then readjust your goal as you come along the way. In my first year, I was doing 5, 6, 7 weddings. In my first year, I did 2 weddings. In my second year, I did 8 weddings. So there's definitely a progression as it comes forward, meeting up to that goal. But definitely don't be afraid to step out and start moving towards the goal and moving towards that 99 yards. And then eventually you'll start to see what is starting to become more clear, more understanding. Realign yourself with where you need to be so that you line up with that mark. If all of a sudden there's my mark right there and I'm over here and I'm going this way, you're eventually going to miss the mark. So as we come back this way here, as we move closer, I got to bring myself, I got to stay in this boundaries over here. As I move closer, I can go off to the side. I got to readjust my pricing again because I feel like I'm not getting anybody. So then we get a little bit more over here. Then all of a sudden was like, oh, well, you know what? Now I'm not charging enough and I'm making my goal. So we got to refocus just a little bit. So as you move forward towards your goal, constantly refocus, reevaluate. Don't change your goal unless it's unrealistic. But reevaluate as you're moving forward so that you're right in alignment. Don't get too far to the right and too far to the left, and all of a sudden you've got to drastically change and right-hand turn. So just if you start to go off a little bit, start to bring yourself back. Come back a little bit. So wide is the gate and narrowing is the way. So always remember that when it comes to that. As you move towards your goal, you want your focus to be right in the center right there. Focus on that goal and remember that life is too short and life happens. Don't be discouraged because you lost an account. Don't be discouraged because you lost a wedding. Don't be discouraged because you bid on something and you didn't get it. Don't undercut somebody or yourself, but just that might not have been the right client for you. So next time a headshot comes up, just reevaluate, retweak it a little bit, be a little bit more realistic, and then show your work and then put out the price with that. When I'm sending quotes to customers, I'm automatically sending them to my website. So when they see my website, they're going to see price is X, quality of work is X. So when they see both, they'll be like, okay, that kind of makes sense. If they reach out to you, they've never seen your work, and all of a sudden you're $7,000, the first thing they're going to say is, I can't afford that. But then when they look at $1,000 photographer, then they'll be like, okay, I see the difference in quality, creativity, consistency, lighting, dramatic, whatever. They're going to see the consistency in all of that. So find yourself in the middle of the road kind of thing like that, and then tweak yourself up, but just readjust along the way. It's very, very important to do that so you don't miss where you're supposed to be going, kind of thing like that. So just remember, failing does not make you a failure. Thank you for coming by the channel again. I appreciate that. Hit that like button wherever it is. Hit that subscribe button. I've got a lot of new videos coming out, doing a lot of product photography inside of here too. So I've got some new products to be showing off here pretty soon too. So thank you for coming by the channel. Greatly appreciate that. Put your comments in below, whether you liked the video or there was anything good about it, or did you learn something, or was this for you or was this not for you? But the best business practice, business plan I've had for 2021 and 2022 is walk the 99, refocus along the way. So thank you for coming by the channel. Remember, smile more, it hurts less. Peace.